Yes, this is my face. Making pizza is one of those things where it seems like it should be easy, simple, foolproof. And then you make a pizza, and it comes out looking like your supermarket's brand of frozen pizza. I find that stretching the pizza dough is one of those moments where you think to yourself, this doesn't look right. If you relate to that feeling, then stick around for a minute or two, and I'm going to show you how to take the stress out of the stretch. The method I'm going to show you today is called the press method, or at least that's what I call it. But before that, let's talk some details real quick. First, dough temperature. Have you ever stretched dough and found that it just keeps shrinking? It's because the dough is too cold. Do not take your dough directly out of the fridge when you're ready to use it. Dough needs to acclimate to room temperature for about 15 to 30 minutes. Now you may be thinking to yourself, but Henry, the dough wasn't even frozen, not even a little bit. And to that I would say it wasn't room temperature either. Let your dough warm up a little bit before you stretch. Second, dough age. Now, I'll keep this brief. Fresher dough is stronger and doesn't break as easily as old dough. Now, of course, I'm talking about dough that cold ferments in the fridge. If you're using dough that you made that day or the same day, then this info is irrelevant. Third, flour versus cornmeal. When you stretch dough, you need flour or cornmeal as your stretching agent. I don't know what to call it. Anyway, you can use one, the other, or both. It doesn't really matter. You just need to make sure that the dough is completely coated to keep it from sticking while you stretch. You'll want to apply some cornmeal or flour to your work surface for the same reason. Depending on which you use as well as how much, it will affect the flavor of your crust and pizza overall. The press method is definitely the easiest to learn and will never do you wrong. Once your dough is coated and ready to stretch, take your hands, open palm, and cup them like this. Then, join together your index and middle fingers like this. Finally, with the dough on a floured surface, you'll want to find the center of the dough and press down firmly with all of your fingers. You'll want to go forward slowly, backwards slowly, and then forwards again towards the top edge to create a crust. And then you'll want to follow the edges down all the way to the bottom to create your basic pizza shell. Then flip the dough over and repeat the process again. This technique forces air into the crust and creates a nice thin inner crust with ease. Finally, to pick up the dough, place your hand lightly on one side of the dough and then flip the other side over onto the top of your hand. And then bring your other hand under the first as it lifts the dough up. You'll know you did it right when the dough is resting on the tops of both hands like this. From here, we can increase the size of the dough by gently stretching, by pulling the hands apart, by doing light tosses, or by stretching hand over hand, letting gravity do the work. Now, if you're cooking on a pizza stone or a pizza steel like me, then you'll probably be building on a pizza peel. Before putting your dough on the peel, you'll want to sprinkle some flour or cornmeal onto the peel to keep the dough from binding to the wood. If you're new to using a pizza peel, I would start with cornmeal as it's a little easier on beginners than flour is. If you're using a pizza baking tray like this, simply give it a light coat of some cooking spray and then place the dough on top. Remember, practice makes perfect and every pizza deserves to be perfect. I hope this video helps make stretching dough a little less stressful, and I'll see y'all in the next video.